Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Guess pretty well. Hey, Ethan McKenzie. How you doing? How's everything? Sorry about that. I think Secret Service got us. I don't know what happened, to be honest with you. I'm about to change the spot, but I restarted my phone. Maybe the connection is going to be better. Where you from, Ethan? Well, nobody's still in the chat. I figured I'd talk to you. Just gonna let this drop. That was a nice bass, though. I enjoy catching that fish. Oh, you're from Australia. My bad. Hold on. Let me remember that. Nice. So, have you been in my stream before? I did have some guys from Australia before. Um, I haven't been to Australia, but I've been to New Zealand. And oh wait, there's an osprey circling. We might have a show here today. Oh, I just had a fish and it came off. Hold on. Just had a fish. What I was gonna say, I Airbnb'd a place in Australia with my wife, and we stayed at a guy who was a trout guide. We didn't know, but he caught so much trout in Australia. I mean, Australia. He caught so much trout in New Zealand. It was crazy. Like his wall was absolutely covered with trophy trout. Hey, Trust. Sorry. Yeah, it was a pretty decent bass, right? Did you notice how I didn't fight at all? That's been the story here. Like the fish is so lethargic. If I caught that guy in the spring, he'd be jumping out of the water, doing crazy stuff, taking my line. He just came up, no problem. He basically was like a weak fish, and that's what's concerning me. That's why the fish has been so slow. Thanks, Rhino. Yeah, my wife about 7 years ago, she made a rule. I really don't like going to those resort places, but she said that we're doing one winter vacation and one summer vacation a year. I mean, one resort vacation a year, no matter what you say. So that's why Grumpy Orca doesn't wear Nike shoes. I do. He keeps saying that, but you know what the bass is gonna do to my pond in the back? Is gonna he's gonna eat all my goldfish. The only natural predator for that bass is gonna be a blue heron. All right, one more cast here and we're gonna move. At least we caught a bass. But yeah, this place holds some monster bass. I really want to try one of those lures I bought. I bought a Z-Man. There's a nice one, Berkeley one that I bought. I really want to try it with you guys. So I'm gonna switch a spot and we'll change the lure. I feel like I'm camping like a Call of Duty. I'm standing on this rock. I don't know if you can see it. And this is a pretty tight spot, but I'm just out here talking to myself. At least this is what it looks like to other people. Okay, that's a fish. That's a fish. We got one, boys. That's a crappie. That's not a bass. There's no way that's a bass. That don't fight like a bass. Going feeds. Come here. All right, we got one. I think that's going to be a decent sized crappie. Oh, it's taking drag. Okay, I might be wrong. That might be a bass in the weeds now. I'm like doing my commentating. No, that's a huge bluegill. My bad, guys. Oh no, dude, I've been wrong all along. Is that a crappie? That is the strangest crappie I ever caught in my life. Wait a minute. If that's a crappie, hold on. I don't see the fish yet. But hold on. No, that's a beautiful pumpkin seed. That's what it is. Oh, so it had on the bottom. It kind of looked like a crappie. But look at this. Oh, it's a red ear. Look at this guy. Okay, usually catch these in the spring. Oh, that's a nice fish. That's a pumpkin seed. Look how pretty he is. That's a pumpkin seed. They call him pumpkin seed because he's yellow on the bottom, but that's a beautiful fish. Hold on, let me. Pumpkin seed on a gulp minnow. That's a nice pumpkin seed. I haven't caught a pumpkin seed in a while. They're very aggressive around their beds in the spring, but then they usually go deep and never see them again. You see, they call them red ears also. I wish I could put them in the pond, but like I said, it's not gonna make it to the pond because I need to put them in the bucket with an aerator, right? Let's let them go. No, I'm not gonna take this one because my dad only asked me for crappie. And he's too pretty. Look at him. He got like a little lipstick going on here. No, let's let him go. Nice fish. We'll catch you later, buddy. No pun intended. All right. So not bad. No, I'm not. My dad only asked me for crappie. So last time I gave him bluegill. I mean, bluegill still tastes great. I like eating them. But I guess Pop didn't want one. All right, let's go back to the rock. Do one more cast from the rock. If you get nothing, we're moving. We caught we caught two nice fish off the not targeted species. We caught a nice bass and we caught a pumpkin seed. Yeah, the pumpkin seeds are very pretty. They, especially the red ear ones. In the spring, they come really close to the bank, and they'll make like a nest, and they'll just sit there. You can basically you can throw a gummy bear at them, and they'll eat it. Okay, so here I'm not even doing anything because my line is like a sail right now. It's blowing that minnow right across the water. I mean, do I want that? I don't know. Maybe we'll twitch it. We'll twitch ourselves into a nice bass. You never know. Let it drop. Nah. So that thing I cast it over there, right? It basically brought my lure almost to the weed line edge. But that's good because now the bass like to hang out like right in the weeds and ambush fish. So we might actually grab a nice bass if I don't have too much weeds on my gulp minnow. No, see, gulp minnow got a little weedy. Hey, what's going on? You never caught a larger? It's all right. Oh, Ivan, what's going on? Ivan is from Serbia, right? Am I right, Ivan? I remember you. And he goes fishing with his son. I remember you. We just missed it. We just caught a nice bass and a nice pumpkin seed bluegill. I mean, pumpkin seed is actually not I guess not a bluegill. It's a type of bluegill or a sunfish. I think officially it's a sunfish. You can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I got two fish in my cooler. We released a nice largemouth bass, and we released a pumpkin seed bluegill or sunfish. A red ear pumpkin seed. The pumpkin seed was by far the prettiest fish we caught. Hold on, might be something there. All right, I think we're done here. I think we're done. Let's go. Okay, one more cast. Hold on. I'm gonna cast it where I caught the pumpkin seed. Let's check. It did get a little overcast, so maybe the bite's gonna improve. Let's let it drop. William Creek. No, I caught it. I think it was a pounder. The bass was like 1 pound. It wasn't that big. Maybe a little bit over a pound, but not much. And we're not targeting them, but they'll bite the gulp minnow for sure. So we got three species today. We got Crappie. We're targeting crappie. We got crappie, we got bass, and sunfish. I really want to try those Z-Man lures I bought. So when we switch out to a spot, we'll pick one. Hold on, guys. Let me just. All of that fish we caught on one of my favorite rods in the world, the Shakespeare Micro Series. Oh, thank you, J Mac. That's very nice of you, man. I appreciate it. Hold on. Give me a second. I haven't used my other rods today. I'll show you guys what I bought today. I might have to return some of that stuff. Not only was it pricey, I don't think I'll be using that. I wanted to buy the stuff that was recommended to me on the stream. You're gonna have to look at me for like, oh, look at my license. It popped over. So I wanted to buy things that you guys recommended to me on the stream yesterday. I did this whole little note in my notepad. I went over to Dick's Sporting Goods and the shelves were just empty. So I grabbed some other stuff. But now that I'm thinking about it, it might not be as effective as I want them to be. We'll see. Hold on one sec. Yeah, they're ultralight. I mean, this one is not. This one's like a medium rod. But this is a Daiwa Presso. This is a Shakespeare Micro Series. Tomorrow we're going in a kayak. I'm going to bring a heavy rod for bass fishing with me tomorrow. Tomorrow might be really good or really bad. I no guarantees. If it's going to be windy, it might be a bad day. We'll see. But I'm actually going to launch. My buddy lives here. I'm going to launch right from that property and run into the water. Let's do a couple more casts for crappie, and then we'll change up to a Z-Man. I'll show you what I got. Hold on. Thanks, Jay. Thank you. Well, yeah, the bass was nice. Both fish we caught were pretty. The last two fish we caught were pretty, and we released both of them to be caught again. I really want to catch a crappie. I need at least. I have 3 already. Well, I have 1 at home, and I caught 2 today. I need to catch at least 2 more for my dad to be happy. I don't want to be crappie fishing tomorrow. I want to fish for whatever tomorrow. I'm only fishing for crappie right now, but we'll probably catch more bluegills and sunfish and bass because they will also eat those lures. Hold on one sec. This place usually is not the best for crappie, but I've caught bass here. Let me try it. I'm going to show you guys what I have, and we'll decide. We'll start 1 lure at a time. Hold on. 1 more cast with this, and we'll switch up. Oh, please don't do that. I don't have to. I don't want to go in there. Yes. Okay, we're off. Whenever that happens, if you're new to fishing and you get stuck, uh, close, time the drag down and just jig it like a psychedelic minnow. And usually, in those instances, you'll come off. All right, it's a little overcast. We're gonna let it drop. I'm gonna twitch it a little bit on the drop. Twitch it again. All right, and we're gonna switch up. I have some stuff in the bag. I still have it in a Dick's Sporting Goods bag that I bought the way I bought it from the store today. Might catch a bass. You never know. They really like to bite the gulp minnow. Like just drop it and then they'll eat it. That's how we caught the last one. All right, let's see. I'm gonna stop talking and promising. I'll show you what I got. Yes, that's how the sun works. It's day here, night at your place. All right, so see, this is what I got. I bought these because Demon wanted me to try them. So these I'm definitely going to keep and try. These are just, they call them twisters in Europe. We just call them grubs in US. And I got a couple of, let's see what I got in the bag. So this I really want to try. I just saw it and it really looks like the fish that I caught in the minnow trap here. It's a little heavy, so I'm probably going to try it on the medium rod. And this, I really want to try this for crappie. It's a small chatterbait. And these are probably going to return because they're so expensive. These were like $10 each, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, catch anything with this. But what do you guys think? Are these? Are these good for bass? Yeah, the little push rule. I've had really good luck in these waters with this because it kind of looks on the bottom. It looks like a gulp minnow. On the top, it looks like a perch. So I want to try these two. Like I said, these are. I really want to keep them. I don't know if I'm gonna like. I just kind of bought them as a impulse buy. Yeah, you want me to keep one? All right, so let's try with a perch and a medium rod, just for fun, and we'll see what happens. And then I'll switch this to an ultralight rod, and we'll try that. And if you guys really want me, I'll open one of these. And yeah, but these are, so the problem was these were hanging, and the price was saying like $4.99 or $5.99, and unfortunately they were like $10 each. And I was just like, man, I already bought them, but let's try it. Let's try the perch. Just want to take a picture of it first. White spinner. All right, so maybe I'll keep the white spinner because I go to that Dick's Sporting Goods all the time. Sometimes I'll buy stuff. I do buy a lot of stuff from there, but sometimes I overbuy. If I don't know if you guys do that too. Hold on one sec. I gotta put my Coleman bag. All right, just want to make a video of this. I might, if this catches fish, I might throw this on my YouTube short. Well, let's try the power bait Minotator. If it does work, maybe I'll make a short out of it. Do I have a crankbait? Um, Hold on one second. Well, isn't that a crankbait? Hold on. Isn't this considered, or this is something else? Hold on. Oh, it's a chatterbait. My bad. I do have a crankbait, which is a Rapala. I guess it's a crankbait, but it hasn't worked for us at all. Give me a good example of a crankbait so I can take a print screen of it. Give me your favorite crankbait. How about that? All right. So this right here. I mean, it looks like a real fish, to be honest with you. This is perfect imitation. Look at this thing. I'm just going to tie it directly to the line. One second. All right, so we're going to try this. I have this is actually a really nice rod. I haven't been using it much, mostly because I don't fish for bigger fish than panfish, but it's a Shakespeare Light Pro, and they make really good rods. They're really high quality. Just a pretty rod, too. I sealed it. You see, I sealed the cork. Had it for about 3 years, and it's been good. The guides are good. Everything about it is pretty great. Hold on. Let's put this on. Hey, how you doing, skateboarders? Bomber? Got it. Let me print screen just in case. Damn's not demons. Hey, thank you for liking Fighting Joy and Jordan. Sometimes if I don't respond to you, it doesn't mean I don't see you. I'm like a squirrel. Sometimes I try to fish, I try to put a lure on, and I try to watch the chat. So it's nothing's personal. And I appreciate every one of you. That bait smells like WD-40. It doesn't smell like a fish. I'm just gonna put it on like this and do a clinch knot. Some guy on TikTok offered to take me. He gave me his number and everything. He offered to take me tog fishing, So you never know. We might have a talk stream. I'm not sure if I would want to stream with a random stranger. I don't think that's respectful to him. But I might make a video and post it. My profession, I'm a very professional fisherman on YouTube. You know, like people that play Call of Duty consider themselves soldiers. So uh, I don't like to talk about my last job, but for many reasons. But I'm a biologist by training, and now I just work as a private driver and spend time with my kids. I used to work a lot and make good money, but decided to take a break. All right, here goes nothing. Hopefully, it doesn't come off. All right, how are we fishing this, boys? Just gonna let it drop to the bottom. Thank you for enjoying your journey. My favorite profession was being a fireman medic. I did that for many, many years. Unfortunately, I had to stop because I needed to make more money. But I mean, can we just drag it through the water column? It's a very pretty looking lure. I think we have the most luck out of fishing it out of a kayak. Yeah. But if I was a bass, I'd totally eat that. That's seaweed. The only thing is we're going to pick up a ton of seaweed here, which I've been successfully doing right now. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. Slow roll. All right, Mackenzie, I'll do that. Give me a second. I'm gonna bust out the Super Mario, put my old hook in it because I've been sitting with it in my hand. Okay, but I gotta say, this looks yummy. Look at this thing. That looks like a real fish. Has a little bit of Jersey seaweed on him, but look, that looks exactly like a fish that you would find in this waterway. Match the hatch, right? Let's try it. And this is actually a perfect rod to fish that. Drop to the bottom, wait, dump, then reel like 5 whole circles, stop, reeling in a couple of pops. Do that in second. All right, let's try that. You never know. The only fish that's going to eat that here, I think, is going to be a bass. We're going to try this for a little bit, just for fun. Because, oh my God. Well, unfortunately, that's not a fish. But what did I catch? I better not snag that. I'm going to get so pissed off if I snag that. What would I snag it on? What would I snag that on? Look at that. That's just my luck. Go out spend a bunch of money and just snag this off. Look at the bend in my rod. Oh my God, this is it. I think I'm gonna lose this one. Oh, that sucks. That's not a fish. I feel like I snagged like a underwater log or something. It's not even moving. Give me a second. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I'm not gonna get too excited about it, but it's kind of sad. What would I snag there? I've been fishing there for years and never snagged anything. Uh, no, it's not catfish. The biggest catfish out here would probably be out on the bank already. It's just kind of sad that this happened. Hold on, let me see if there's any movement in the line. No, it's dead. Oh, this sucks. It's almost like I want to come back here with a kayak tomorrow and get it out, but obviously I won't be able to. All right, well, I guess that's the end of me fishing with that beautiful perch. Oh man. That really sucks. I think there's like an underwater log or something. It's definitely not coming up. Yeah, it's over. I'm gonna have to cut this off. I also managed to give myself some lime burn. The PB that got away? No, no, I'm not like that. That's definitely not a PB. That might be a body in Jersey. You never know, in New Jersey. But that's really sad. And I can't even tie. I would tie this off to a tree and come back for it tomorrow. But I feel like it's too deep in the water. I mean, maybe I should do that. Hmm. But then next thing you know, some bird's gonna get hurt in my line. Oh, that sucks. All right. Well, that gives you a good lesson. Hold on. Let me try one more time. I heard that this method works. Tali told me, but it's not working today. Oh man, that is quite unfortunate, my friends. I thought it was just seaweed. I thought I was gonna get it out, but definitely not. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna rip it out. That is sad. Very, very sad. I just bought those two. That reminds me of losing my chop on the live stream. Huh. Hold on, I don't want to cut my hand up. All right, here we go. That's it. Let's see, the line stretched. What do you guys do in these situations? Do you cut a bit of a line off where it was connected? Hold on. Man, that's sad. That is very, very sad. And I also somehow managed to wrap this around the. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut a little bit off. Sorry, I'm boring you guys to death, but yeah, I get a bit emotional about my lost lures. Okay, I'm gonna cut a couple of feet. I see a little bit of like a little bit of coiling. All right, got my trusty scissors. Yeah, I cut about, I don't know, like 4 feet. Let's see what else we got in that bag. Man, that was how many casts did we do? Two? That is the most expensive cast of the week. Let's put it away so I can throw it out later. Now, okay, moving on. What should we try? You guys want to try this? Let's try it. I mean, might as well. I mean, this is what's supposed to catch the bass, right? We're gonna have a little bit of fun with this. I'm gonna have to go back to crappie fishing within the next 30 minutes. I want to catch at least a couple more fish. All right. That is such a beautiful lure. When I was walking that perch that we lost, when I was walking through the aisle, it just caught my eye, and I'm like, that's exactly what the little fish looks like in my reservoir. I can wait. What do I tie this? Do I tie this directly to the nose? Do I tie it through the right through this? Should I put it on the swivel or not? What do you guys think? Where do I actually tie this? I've never used this before. And on the spoon. Well, so do I. Yeah, okay, I'm confused as hell. Do I tie this on here? Straight on? You know what? Let me tie this straight on. And you tell me, start yelling at me if I'm doing it wrong. I'm just gonna tie it right through the eye. I know it's a stupid question for those people that use these all the time, but tie it on the clip. Tie it to the clip or tie it to the thing. Okay, you tell me, should I tie it here? You guys, you know more about this than I do because I never fish for bass. Hold on. On the clip? Okay, let's try it on the clip. I'm gonna assume that on the clip I tied on where? Yeah, now I got more questions. This is why I'm gonna drive you nuts. Do I tie it on here or do I tie it on here? I think I gotta tie it on here. Yeah. All right. So you're saying tie it on here? Yeah. Feel free to make fun of me because this is how you know I never fish for bass with expensive stuff. Like this thing is like blowing my mind right now. All right, let's tie it to the clip. Other side. Okay. Thank you. This is too funny. I think this is like Comedy Central for fishermen when I fish with bass lures. Ronya, did you see me lose that perch looking lure? I've never used this chatterbait before. I've seen people using them on like YouTube and stuff, but I personally have never done it. Probably should have all right, let's see. Look, guys, I'm the captain now. I feel like Aboriginal tribesman trying to fish for bass with people teaching me over the internet. Okay. I am not throwing it over there. If that gets stuck, I'm yeah, I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do. This is a family friendly chat, but I'm coming back here with a bulldozer. All right. But the problem is, don't we need to put something on there? What I have is a small grub that I can throw on. If you guys are gonna start teaching me, you might as well go all the way. Can I throw a small grub on there? Well, actually, I have a 4-inch gulp minnow. I'm not. No, I have a 3-inch gulp minnow. Well, let's try this one. No. Okay, no. Okay, deal. We're not doing that. So can I just throw it like that? I love it. This is actually really, really useful for me. Hold on. We can't throw it out with this on, right? I always have problem taking these off. Hold on. Get a piece of plastic. My dad's gonna be hungry tomorrow if I catch him no fish. Minnow, you got it. Let's put the minnow on. I have a 3-inch minnow. I don't have 4-inch. I think I left in the car. Let me double check though. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, hold on. No, I don't have a four. No, I don't have a French minnow. Unfortunately, I do have a 3-inch though. I think that'll work. Steve, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna be telling my kid about this when he comes from school today. I'll be like, "Dad was learn how to bass fish," and everybody was super nice to him. Wow, that's a big hook. That's actually bigger than a. You know what? That's a bigger hook than the fluke hooks I use. All right, I guess this Galpino is a man. Okay, that looks. Hold on. Okay, it doesn't look the best, but it's presentable. You want me to do this? Hey, what's going on, man? Leo Grade. All right, let's try it. Okay, if I lose this, I'm gonna retire from bass fishing, or I'll have to get a full-time job. Okay, well, fly's nice. All right, what are we doing? I'm gonna let it drop to the bottom and just retrieve it. Oh, I feel it. It's like pulsating. That's cool. Or do you just slow retrieve it? Oh, we got a fish. Hey, we got a bass. How you doing, kids? I cannot believe this. Oh, we got a problem though. I can't believe it. That was the first cast. Is this typical for doing this? This guy might die. I might have to keep him. I mean, I feel bad for the fish. I think he's not gonna make it because we literally just put it through his gut. How does this work? Oh my God, Grumpy Orca. This only happens on my streams. We basically did it. I basically did everything wrong, and I just obviously that fish is gonna be going. Yeah, I put it right through his gut. He's not gonna make it. Is this supposed to happen? Oh my God. I mean, I'm kind of really excited, but I feel really bad too. Is this supposed to happen with a chatterbait? Did I just snag him? All right. Yeah, this guy's not gonna make it. I kind of maybe he was chasing it, but I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm sorry, guy. And he's not gonna make it out. All right, that was a first cast with a chatterbait in my life, and I got hooked a largemouth bass. I apologize, guys. He's not gonna make it. I'm keeping him. There's no way. I usually don't keep these, if you know me, but you think he will heal? You think he will heal, Ryan? I mean, I put it right through his gut. It came out the other end. You want me to let him go? I mean, they taste good. How about this? Let me keep this guy just because I have no crappie for my pops. But that's the first bass I kept on a stream in my life. I apologize for not using this correctly, but the chatterbait, man, first cast in my life. You guys told me how to use it, and I got a fish. Unfortunately, I got hooked him, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, it is. Um, it is small. I mean, you want me to let him go? I'll let him go. But I feel like there's a high chance he's not going to make it. Let's see. He's so nice, so he's not dying. I don't wanna get you guys upset at me. I mean, that's the perfect eating size. Let's see. I mean, hold on. Yeah, he's swimming goals. Give me a sec. You think he's gonna heal? Oh, let's let him go. I mean, who knows? You guys convinced me. No, I'll let him go. I feel bad. I don't want you guys. You guys told me how to fish, and I feel like the general consensus was to let the fish go. You told me how to bass fish. I never fished a crankbait before in my life, and we just got a fish on my first cast. So, oh, hold on. There's a lock here. I got to go around this. Oh, I see where I got caught. I see where I got caught. There's a tree laying here. I might pop over there tomorrow in a kayak and maybe get that other thing out. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to give it a chance. I mean, my pops, let me just tell you, my dad's an old school guy from Europe. He absolutely loves eating bass. And but it's okay. I wasn't planning to keep him if I caught him correctly, but I was like, oh, such a beautiful swimming bait. It's absolutely, it's definitely, I see why they work. Okay, I'm happy I didn't return this to Dick's Sporting Goods. This is totally worth the $10 I paid for it. Hold on, let's change the spot real quick where there's bass. Maybe we'll catch another big one. Which, but I don't have any red rubber. Oh, I know what you're saying. The problem is I already threw that red rubber somewhere in my backpack. Let's go. Let's go catch another bass real quick. I know where they are here, dude. That was absolutely epic. So you guys basically taught me how to properly fish a chatterbait, and we landed a fish on my first cast. That is why I appreciate you guys. That doesn't happen to me very often. All right, let's see. I know there's bass here, so usually don't catch any crappie or bluegills here. Let's go stand back on the rock. On the rock. I'm just gonna drag it along the weed line. Maybe a little slower. Give it a couple of pops. I've never got hooked a bass before in my life either. So that was definitely a very strange catch. I wonder if we just got hooked him by accident. Slow retrieve, got it. Thanks for hanging out. We have a lot of people in the chat. I appreciate you guys. You see that? You see that private jet? That's going. Somebody is going to be driving that person straight to Trump's golf course. That's landing in Morristown. Oh, I absolutely love the chatterbait. If I catch one more fish, I'm gonna ask my wife to buy me more of those. It's definitely exciting to catch a bass. I'll tell you that. I'll ask my wife for my New Year's present to be more chatterbait, please. First cast of my life, get a fish. That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna eat it out there. Some jackhammers. All right. Let's see. Listen, I'm the kind of guy that buys most of his clothes in Goodwill, so I don't like to spend too much money on fishing baits. I do love buying books at Goodwill. That's one thing about Goodwill. I got to run and put this. Hey, what's going on, Fishing Fever? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do one more cast, and I gotta put you guys on a battery because it swims so nice. It swims beautifully. I have 4-inch gulp minnows I can throw on there because I haven't had any use for them since I bought them. You're gonna go fishing in the river? Nice. Oh, we have a healthy amount of people in the live stream today. Thanks, guys. I feel like the engagement of people in the live stream caused more people to come over. Usually it's like 30, 40 people lately. All right, one more cast. I did say I was going to do more cast. Well, this was going to be the last one. But here, I know there's bass like right along that weed line. Oh, wow, this thing flies. And I'm not using any special line. I'm just using I think it's an 8-pound mono line. Is this a slow enough retrieve? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going along the weed line. If you look at the tip, you can see how the tip is. Oh man, that was wild. Still can't believe it. I don't think that's a fish. I think that's seaweed. All right, let's go. I got to put you guys on the battery pack. I don't want to run out of battery because we're at 10%. I do have a battery pack with me. This was absolutely awesome. You guys are going to get me hooked on bass fishing again. And I just wanted to personally thank you for showing me how to fish chatterbait. That was very nice of you. And thank you for keeping your face straight when I was not doing it properly. All right, I'll go a little slower. I'm going back to where my stuff is. I have wow, it looks like a bomb went off here. Let me clean this up real quick. I'm gonna throw you guys on some juice. Hold on. See, I got just a Amazon battery pack, but it works great. And then what I love about this is it has that magnetic one, so you just throw your phone on there, and it looks like a big battery pack on the back. Okay, hang tight. Stay with me. And you're on the juice, boys. Off we go. Let's go do some more fishing. I'm gonna fish with a jackhammer now. Hopefully my dad's not watching the stream because I did promise him all that crappie I was gonna catch. I have to submit my crappie catch tomorrow at 3 p.m. Let's do one more cast over the weed line. So the weeds are sort of like that way. Even if I lose this one, I'm buying another one. I like this one a lot. I think the rod is a little too light for it, but so you go. Do you guys jig that at all, or you just go like this? You just keep slow reeling it. And you do a little tug. Hold on, I have a fish. I think that's a fish. There's no way that's seaweed. Let's check. Or maybe it's seaweed. Well, whatever it is, it feels like a fish. No, it's seaweed. Wow, my reel sounds like an old car. Hold on. I think because of the chatterbait, like it gives you this pulsation, so you kind of feel like you have a fish when you're dragging it. All right, I'm sorry. I went old Jersey on you on that one. I'm wondering if what I have in my bag that I can tie on the back. I got you go overexcited, Alec. I'm sorry, man. Okay, that's perfect cast right along the weed line. You can actually look at the tip, and you can see it like vibrating. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm actually just for the sake of it, I have a yeah, caught some seaweed. Um, I have a whatchamacallit. I bought braid. I don't know if tomorrow I'm still get when I'm fishing from the kayak, I'm gonna bring my bait caster because I have no idea how to use it. I had some bad experiences with backlash, but you guys told me to basically get a bait caster and not put a lot of line on it. But I do have a reel with braid on it. Maybe I'll just put that onto this rod and with a 10 pound of fluorocarbon. Anyways, we'll do something fun. Like I said, tomorrow is probably the last day I can fish for a while, like for like next 7 days on live. So going out with a bang tomorrow. Let me let it drop. How's it going, Invisible Man? Down towards the water? Okay. Maybe jig it a little bit. I feel like I just saw a fish go after it. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do a last cast and change up a spot. I'm single. Yeah, I'm an Uber driver and single. That's probably the reason why, right? I'm just kidding. I got a funny story for you guys, for those listening. Um, so sometimes I drive my clients' cars when I'm a private driver for some rich people, and I had a Bentiaga, like that SUV. I used to drive this family, and I would take to the city in that car. And one day I had to, they were going to stay in the city for the night. So I returned, I was coming home, and I had the Bentiaga, right? That whatever, like 300, I don't care, like the $300,000 SUV I was driving. And I pulled up to, hold on, no, it was not a fish. I pulled up to a Panera Bread to grab my coffee, and I came out of it, and all of a sudden, like this random woman starts talking to me. And I was like, lady, like people never talk to me when I drive my Mini. Like I'm just an Uber driver. Just leave me alone. But yeah, nice cars will get some people talking to you, which is interesting. All right, let's change the spot up, and I'll stop talking. Hey, thank you, Invisible Man. Thanks for kind words. Um, what I was gonna say. So I'm gonna keep the rod tip down, just like somebody said. And I think who was it? Just doing YouTube. Steve Mitchell, I really appreciate your advice. So tomorrow I'm gonna bring I'll make a bass fishing rod tomorrow, and I'll put braid. I'll use the reel that has braid on it, and I'll put a fluorocarbon leader on it. I use the Alberto knot to tie my fluorocarbons on. That's the only one I can do. But I appreciate you guys helping me. All right, let's move to the next spot. I think he's gonna. Oh, look what I found here while I was sitting. I found somebody else's braid. I always find blue braid here. I don't know who fished here, but yeah, I'm gonna throw that out for them. I guess it was too hard. Let's go. Let's go do some crappie fishing, and we'll throw some bass lures too. Now I'm kind of wondering, did I just gut hook that bass by accident, or did he actually come after the chatterbait? Oh, Roblox. Ivan, Roblox, it's a good game. Let your kid play it. My kids used to play Roblox. Yeah, let your kids play Roblox. It's a pretty decent game. Hey, okay, Invisible Man, I got you, man. Yeah, I clean up all the. I have a separate tackle box from all the stuff I find here. That's normal for Jersey, unfortunately, along with all the beer cans and water bottles. I will metal detect it one day. Thanks, Invisible Man. I appreciate you, man. Ivan, I was going to talk to you about Roblox. Oh, you put the lure in the pocket? Yeah, I know. At that point you have to use scissors. That's what, at least where I have no patience to dig those lures out of the pockets, especially if it's one of those whatchamacallits. It's one of those treble hook lures. All right, let me cast for crappie a couple of times. And after that I'll do bass fishing. But yeah, Roblox is a cool game. I don't like my kids playing video games. Fortunately, they don't play many, but Roblox used to be one of the games that they used to play. And it's a cool game. Like it's a thinking game too. It's not like just shooting. My older one luckily stopped playing all the games. He just does sports now. He has a PS5, but he never plays it. That makes me happy somehow. Oh man, I'm sorry, Invisible Man. That happens, dude. People, I'll tell you what. I think per 1,000 subs, you're always gonna get a couple of haters. Sorry to hear that, dude. That happens. Oh yeah, that's true. People chat away on Roblox. That's true. I know my kids haven't played Roblox in about 3 years, but I remember it was a cool game. But obviously, every parent has to do their own thing. I'm I take away the phones very often. I don't let my kids have phones without me being there. Well, I only have one kid that uses the phone. It's my he's almost 13. He's gonna be 13 in the next 5 weeks. But basically, if he mouths it off to my wife one time, he knows he loses his phone for a month. So this year he lost his phone 3 months. That means no use at all. And if his friends want to talk to him, they text me, and I'll tell them what they want to tell him. I really don't play those games with the phone. Cyber Division. Hold on. Oh man, I thought I had a crappie on. Give me a second, guys. The, I I come back from fishing with chatterbait. I think I'm gonna rip the lip of a crappie. Give me a sec. Might get actually a smallmouth bass here. I mean, a small largemouth. We just drop. Oh yeah. All right. Let me do a couple more casts, and then we'll use the chatterbait. Oh really? I didn't know that. So now that you told me that, okay, we're not using Roblox. But so like I said, so my kid was friends with somebody who got deployed into during the Ukrainian war. He was my buddy's in the military here in the United States, and he used Roblox to kind of keep up with that kid. But then, like I say, my kid stopped playing Roblox probably 2 years ago. But yeah, I didn't know there's like problems with it. I mean, there's kind of weird people in every game. Oh, dude, Kombat. I used to play Mortal Kombat 2. I'm showing my age, right? We used to play that in back in the old country. We used to pay somebody. We didn't have enough money for a console, so we used to pay. We used to pay at this place, and they let us play for like 2 hours, and we would play Mortal Kombat 2, like the Fatality one. That was like late '90s, man. Bringing some memories. All right, we need to catch some crappie too. Actually, I still got time. Can fish for a little bit. I appreciate those people sticking with me. One of the more productive fishing streams I've had. But most importantly, I appreciate everybody that taught me how to use chatterbait today. All right, here's what we're gonna do. One more cast with the crappie ultralight, and we're gonna go back to chatterbait. And I'm gonna pop a 4-inch gulp minnow on the next one I use. Let it sink. It's right at the weed line. Just pop it. So you guys are saying on chatterbait, should I keep the rod tip down or up? Like I saw somebody say keeping the rod tip down. All right, let's go. Let's go with a chatterbait. Okay, kind of thrown on the way. Down. Okay, got it. Yeah, I used to play. Oh man, you're bringing back so many memories. Oh, what is this? Oh, look, Grumpy Orca, always finding free stuff. You see this? You guys think I'm kidding, right? So these are actually drop shots. Wait, is Trod, is Trod guy here from is my trout fisherman buddy here from the springs? Look what I just found. They're just laying around here. These are perfect for drop shotting, right? That's amazing. It's a brand new bag. Nobody even opened this before. Treasures. Yeah, these are actually perfect for drop shotting. Thule Springs trout raiders. You see? You probably sent these on my way, man. That's funny. I'm gonna throw this in my pack. I already have these. These are the ones I usually use. But yeah, I'll throw them in my pack. No, definitely not that. Let's see. All right, let's throw the chatterbait. It's my new favorite lure to use. That was pretty funny how I caught that bass. Oh man, it the weather changed a lot. It got colder and there's no more sun. So I caught a nice gigantic bass over there on the ultralight. So let's try there first. A little bit off. It's going out a little bit, but it's okay. We'll bring it in. Yeah, this I can see how chatterbait would probably be better used with braid. And thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate you. No, I haven't. If your son does fishing with his friends, that's exactly where you want them to be. So my son now doesn't want to do as much fishing with me anymore. Okay, that's not a fish. That's seaweed. There's no way that's a fish. Hold on. Oh yeah. We got any vegans in the chat? I got a vegan play. Yeah, my kid also does fishing with his friends. Apparently, his friends watch my YouTube channel. But they're all like, all American kids. All they want to do is fish for bass. But and it's like it's so funny because fishing for bass has a very tight learning curve. It's almost like fly fishing. Unless like you fish in your grandpa's pond that's stocked with bass and nothing else, you're not going to be good for the first year. I mean, unless you fish every day. I'm going to keep the rod tip down just like you guys told me. I'm basically bringing this into the weed line right now. The problem is I want to lure. Yeah, I keep raising my rod tip. I'm still wondering that first bass we caught. Did I got hooked by accident, or did they actually catch that fish? I'm just kind of twitching it through the thing. Tali's the OG. I think Tali's been watching my stream when nobody was watching. I'm waiting for Tali to make his own channel, show me how to catch sand bass. All right, I'm gonna go nice and slow here. It's a healthy amount of people on the chat, which is good. Okay, picking up some seaweed again. I know there's bass here. I almost wonder if I reel a little faster over the seaweed line, will I get a bit more strikes? All right. So what kind of? So I got a question for all the bass fishermen that use this stuff. Can you guys tell me exactly what I should put on this as a trailer on this hook? I know we've been using this Gulp minnow, but I know it's not the proper thing to use because you can see the Gulp minnow is kind of breaking up. Can you post something in the chat that I can screenshot and I can go out and get to use as a trailer for that hook? As long as it's not 20 bucks. Use a worm. Wait, so should I have a senko worm. Do you want me to throw that on there? Huh. Wait. Oh, you're 64? You're a retired historian. That's awesome, man. That's cool. I didn't realize you were going to be that old. Well, like not in a bad way. I was just it's cool that I have somebody at that age in my live stream. I'll definitely check your channel out and give you a sub. Oh, actually, metal detecting can get you a lot of subs. I've seen there's a local guy that metal detects in Jersey, and he blew up on YouTube. In 1 year, he got like 5,000 subs. Hold on, I have a single worm. Give me a second. Octopus skirt. All right, let me print screen what you guys are. Oh, jerk sheds. I have plenty of jerk sheds from fluke fishing. I think they'll work. Here, I can throw this as a skirt as a trailer right now. I have it all the way deep down in my bag. Give me a sec. Hold on. No, not this. I see you. Look, how you feeling about this? Good? Hey, Grumpy, what's going on? Email. I have an email, but you can talk to me here. We have Discord. Actually, if somebody can post our Discord link, that would be great. I have like 8 people in my Discord. Didn't know what Discord was up until last week. I made one. So you're saying I can just pop this worm on? Wait, can I pop this one as a wacky worm? Okay, so you want me? What are we doing? Wacky worm or straight up? Oh, Invisible Man. I'm fishing from New Jersey. Well, I don't have a treble hook. I have a single hook. Straight up. All right, let's do it. Uh, Invisible Man. Just whatever you do, man. Just make sure you use a double verification on your email. That's how you're not gonna get scammed. Okay. Oh, look. This is so pretty. I'm gonna eat this. Look at this. Wacky worm. Oh, nice. You see, press. Is this okay? Let's try this, and then we're gonna go wacky worm. Give me a sec. I don't want to litter. Okay, let's try this first, and then we'll go wacky worm. Look, this turned into a bass fishing stream. Who knew? I hope my pops is not watching. He's like, "Where's my crappie, man?" Okay, that's gonna be going right along the weed line. Thanks. Rainbow Loom official channel. I don't know if you're talking to me. If you're talking to me, just address me as Grumpy. Okay, I do know there's a lot of people in the chat talking, so we're fishing in Jersey. But like I said, I don't know who you trying to talk to. Wow, I really like this chatterbait thing. I just like the way it feels. And I've been trying bass fish for a while. This might be my favorite jig. And then we'll go wacky worm. What country? USA. Good old USA. Wow, that thing just flies. All right, let's let it drop a little bit. Oh, if you have your friend's channel, shout it out. If you go fishing with him, I'll check it out. Oh, hold on. No, that's not a fish. You know what it does? If you jig it a little bit, it does that little pop like I like to do with the underspin. Well, not anymore. Those do no pop anymore. Rile the fisherman. Let me. Oh, county. Rainbow Loom. We're in Somerset County. Are you gonna come and throw me in the water? Sorry, I'm in Somerset County. I'm right next to the Trump National. That's why I started working. I used to have a really like a normal adult job, but I started working as a private driver slash Uber Black driver. All right, can we go a little faster with this thing? Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna listen to what you guys tell me. Do you guys ever give it like little tugs and jigs? You're right. You're number one. All right. What county are you from? Are you in Jersey? All right, that's not a fish. I have a strong suspicion that the first fish I caught might have been might have been a gut hook. I mean, might have been an accidental hook. Oh, you're in Atlantic County. Well, you're lucky, man. Well, in I don't think Trump fishes, but next to Trump's golf course, there's a golf course called Fiddler's Elbow, which is very close. There's a bunch of golf courses around Trump's National, and there is a Fiddler's Elbow has a trout fishing club. There's also a God and Rod club. Also, like it's basically an area where extremely rich people live, and the only reason I got to like rub shoulders with them is because I'm their driver sometimes. But there's a fishing club in Fiddler's Elbow, and they stock brown trout, and the members can go fishing there. They fish in the Leamington River, and you actually can't fish there if you're not a member, obviously. So stuff like that. So no, it's not fishing for poor people like me. But yes, there is a trout fishing club at Fiddler's Elbow Golf Club, which is right next to Trump National. And they do is you'll be in my neck of woods. Nice. Well, if you're ever in New York City, let me know. Yeah. No, Atlantic Con is awesome. One guy, I might go tog fishing. One guy on TikTok, I still don't know if he wants to unalive me, but one guy randomly reached out to me on TikTok, and I don't have a big TikTok presence, but he invited me over to do tog fishing, and I'll take him up on on that offer. I don't mind. I would love that. He told me he uses sand fleas to catch tog, and if my wife lets me go, I go tog fishing. And I don't know if it's going to be cool for me to bring you guys along, but we'll try it. I'll take my chat over anybody, though. Oh, you be in Providence, Rhode Island? Nice. Providence, Rhode Island. I just drove out to Connecticut on Sunday morning. I had my kid. He was representing New Jersey at a ballroom dancing competition. Out of all the things, my little one. And yeah, I hope you go when the foliage is still there and get to experience some nice East Coast fall weather. What's going on, Lucas Tony? Yeah, what I was gonna say, Rainbow Loom. You're really lucky to live there, man. Me and my family used to go to Seaside Park a lot, and I used to actually work as a kid. I used to work in Asbury Park. Still have a lot of friends there. It's a nice spot. Asbury Park came a long way since I remember it. I used to work at those. Oh man, people I used to work for used to have properties there, and I used to spend my summers working at Asbury Park. And after working hard, I would go and take a dip in the ocean before all the cool places were there. I was like, I was so out of place there. Let's just put it that way. But I love the Asbury Park. All Jersey Shore is great. That's why I never want to go anywhere else. I'm happy in Jersey, which a lot of people find weird, but uh, no, the temp is about, I'm gonna say mid 50s. The water temp is definitely higher than the air temp. The water temp is like, the ocean right now is still 68 degrees. So I'm gonna say the water here is like still like low 70s. David Dallas, man, you gotta put us down with that SoCal weather. You know what's the best job in the world? Is to be a weatherman in Southern California, or just be a weatherman in, say, San Diego. That place has the best weather in the world. It's always sunny, 85 degrees, with a low chance of rain. My wife almost got a job in Southern California. There's a place called Mercy. I think it's called Mercy Hospital. So her old boss has been inviting her to come over and work there at Mercy Hospital. She can get a pretty sweet position there. Is it Mercy? I think so. I forgot the name of it exactly. I've caught, how many fish did we catch, guys? We caught two largemouth bass, which were like one of them we were targeting. We caught nice, beautiful pumpkin seed bluegill, and we caught two crappie. Crappie I capped, everything else we released. Still trying to catch some crappie. Let's see if it happens. After I do some crappie fishing, I'm going to switch back to the Z-Man chatterbait. But yeah, Southern California, man. So I actually drove a Miata, Mazda Miata. It was a 95 5-speed. I drove it from Jersey to North Carolina, did the Deals Gap. Then I drove it to Moab. Then I drove it to Sacramento, and me and my wife took it all the way down to San Diego, all in one shot. I think I put like 5,500 miles in that car within 2 weeks. It was pretty awesome. I actually didn't get that tired. I got used to it. The only problem with that car is that at 80 miles per hour or 85, you're spinning at 4,500 RPMs in fifth gear. So it does get buzzy. So I had to wear headphones. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? Yeah, I know. We're aware. It is not very cheap to live in Central Jersey either. Um, we had like, I love California. I just didn't like that we had like no law enforcement where we lived. We came very close to staying in Sacramento. Back with the old job that I had, we would have lived like absolute kings in Sacramento. There's that place in Sacramento called the Fab 40s and like all the houses there were beautiful. But decided to go back to Jersey, and I'm definitely not regretting. One day I'll go back to Cali. Thank you, Matthew Berry. Uh, so skateboarders, the Miata is actually notoriously known to be very bad on gas. I don't know what they do, but they have like 115 horsepower, but you will not get 30 miles to the gallon out of that thing. The earlier ones, because they spin, because their engines are not built like they're not programmed for gas efficiency. Even with a little 1.6 and a 92, 93 Miata, I was still getting like only 94. I mean, only 24 miles per gallon. It's pretty dismal. But I drove Miatas through college. I actually drove them in winter too. I had a winter set of tires for them. I usually had a hardtop on it. I was a big time Miata guy before Miatas became popular with all the kids. Sure, man. We can do some fishing. Like I said, if I'm leaving my county, I got to make sure that's the day I'm not working. I can only fish between like 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. before I go back to working full time. Because I usually work at night right now. So if you want to meet me at Sandy Hook, we can fish at Sandy Hook. Let's catch some bass on the chatterbait. How about this, Ivan? Let me retrieve this last cast, and I'll try to catch a bass. Do you want me to wacky rig the worm? It sounds so wrong when I say it, but I'll wacky rig the worm for you. And next thing you know, we got a big one. Oh yeah. Hold on. Seaweed. Yeah, I know Lodi. I remember that. Sacramento has really good Zinfandel. There's Amador County there, and that was a beautiful place to live. The only problem is me and my wife, we worked our butts off. So didn't really have time to, just like when we lived in New York City. My wife was working 100-hour weeks, and I was working about 60, 70-hour weeks. And we never got the time to really enjoy it. I think we went out in New York City. We lived in New York City for 4 years, and I think we went out 3 times. All right, you know what? Let's cast this a couple of times, and I'll wacky rig it. Ivan wants a big bass. I don't know if chatterbait works in saltwater. Kirby 12. I don't know if you know. I'm not gonna let people. People are not gonna let me lie. This is the first time I've ever tried chatterbait in my life. So you can ask the people. People in the chat are usually much more smarter than me in terms of, especially when it comes to bass baits. Thanks, Ivan. I'm gonna go nice and slow. I'm gonna give it a couple of jigs. Maybe that'll work. Can I jig the chatterbait a little bit, like I do the gulp minnow? Got 59 people in the chat. We got anybody else from Jersey? We got DCP. We got Rainbow Loom Official. Let me hold on. I'm reading a witness. I'm reading what you're reading. Hold on. As you click the bail close, run the line through your right pointer and index finger with tension so you don't get loops. Hold on. That's actually great advice because I do get loops all the time. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. I did notice a big correlation between bass lures and fluke lures, especially that they call it the fluke on bass fishing, but we call it the jerk shot in saltwater. So you're saying run? Hold on, I'm learning. I'm learning. There's somebody that told me a very important thing. A witness. As you click the bell close, run the line through your right pointer and index finger. Now I understand. I appreciate that, man, because I do run into that problem sometimes. All right, that's not a fish. That's just So tomorrow I'm gonna try this technique. I'm gonna try this chatterbait out of a kayak. I can actually jig it a little bit. I see it. That does have good motion. All right, let's try wacky rig. I've caught a sand bass in my life, but I'm waiting for what's his name. I'm waiting for you to get a YouTube channel so I can see how you catch it. How about that? Hold on. Let's make sure it's going to be perfectly in the middle. This is how you rig a wacky rig worm. Is this decent? Hold on. No, I was talking about Tolly. Tolly's out in California now, and he catches sand bass. Is this decent? What do you guys think? Is this going to swim well? Okay, let's try it. Uh, let's try it that way, and then I'll change up a spot. All right, Ivan. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, man. My Serbian friend, Ivan. Let's let it drop a little bit. Have a good day, and and Good on you that your kids go fishing. You're a lucky dad, man. All right, here's what we're gonna. Actually, this one's kind of funny. All right, I like it. Let's cast it and drag it along the weed line again. It actually kind of serves as a weedless hook because that. I'm gonna go a little faster because I kind of cast it. I had to. I cast it a little too close to the cattails. I don't want the wind to take it. Okay, hold on. No, that was seaweed. I'm gonna change my location next cast. But I actually can use this as a top lure too. Creates a lot of bubbles. Here, let's go. Let's change up our spot. Ugh. William Peak. We do have 70. I don't think I. So believe it or not, I used to get up to 200 viewers, and I was like, this is definitely not because of my personality. Let's put it that way. That's just some YouTube algorithm. But some days we did get almost up to 100. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna cast it over there. Maybe we get a bass. Face reveal. Yeah, I always do face reveal at the end of the. I look like a typical Jersey slickster who might have had problems with the law. I'm just kidding. Uh, I always thank my viewers at the end of my live stream. So that's going to be probably another 40 minutes. Wait a minute. I feel like I'm kind of like sticking out on the side here because I don't have my boots on today, so I can't really go in the water. Hold on. Yeah, you have. Well, we're from Jersey. We're doing something bad one way or the other, right? Oh, hold on. I guess I didn't. I overdid it on the worm. Oh man, I broke the Z-Man worm. Should I just put a little piece? Should I just cut it in half and do this? Or you guys are gonna yell at me? Am I crazy for this? Is this too much? Like this? All right, Mackenzie. I think I'm gonna go with what you say. Oh, actually looks kind of cute. I like it. All right, let me see if I can get a little closer to the weed line without going inside. Yeah, it actually does look like a better presentation. All right. Okay. It started off as a crappie fishing stream and quickly evolved into a bass fishing stream. Maybe I just twitch it a little bit. Picked up some seaweed. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this lure with me tomorrow to do kayak fishing. Let me cast it out a little bit out there. I might actually pick up a perch. I've caught perch on those big striking lures, the ones that have like a big like a big metal underspin thing. It doesn't look similar to that, but I've caught perch in those. Slow down a little bit. All right, that's seaweed. Is it? That is seaweed. All right, that actually swims better than the one with the full worm. All the private jets are coming in. It must be a big meeting today somewhere. Non-stop private jets. People driving limos are making good money today. Oh, had a bite. I just had a bite. I wonder if that was a crappie. Hold on, that was definitely a bite. Let's do it again. That was definitely a nice little tug. I don't think I'll catch a crappie on that. Oh, let's let it drop. I'm gonna do a slower. Huh. Sorry, I'm just like I'm doing a little bit of. I definitely just had a nice hit, but I don't know what kind of fish that was. Hmm. Interesting. Teeth marks? Bass, you don't have teeth. All right, hold on. Let's let slow reel it again. I did have a nice little tug. It's amazing. There's like nobody here right now. Huh. I think I'm just catching a little bit. After that, I'm catching seaweed. Isn't that funny though? The first time I put this thing on my rod and I casted it out, we had a fish. That was so random. How you doing, Chad Autumn? 65 people. So we got at least 3 people from Jersey, which is kind of cool. Really slow, really slow now. Nope, seaweed. I'm surprised we're not catching more seaweed. Usually this place in the summer, that's why we don't bass fish here. Let's see. Stop and go. Kelly, on how you doing, man? Hmm. No, I think we got seaweed. I'm not sure if that's a fish. Definitely not. That's seaweed. Yeah, that's the problem with a bit of a stop and go here. You get a lot of seaweed. But thanks for a bunch of people in the chat. That's very nice of you guys. What's geeky, man? I don't know what geeky is. 2 spins and stop? But you see what I was fishing with, right? It's a chatterbait. Is that how you fish the chatterbait? I know what you're talking about, though. We can try it. Okay. Squid fish in Jersey? No, I've never found anyone squid fishing in New Jersey. I did see some awesome videos of people squid fishing. Kelayan. I know what you're talking about. 2-3 operot, which means in the Eastern European language, it means spin. 2-3 spins and stop. 3, stop. I'll do it. I think my bass fishing luck is turning. Sorry, guys. But I have a few more spots we can hit. I can bass fish for another 15 minutes. How about that? Then I gotta try to catch a crappie. Ah, I have something on, which is seaweed. All right. How you doing, Paul? All right, let's try another spot real quick. I still like this is a typical grumpy orca fishing stream. First cast with this thing, we get a fish, and after that, we just get promises of fish. All right, hold on. But still, I do want to say to those people that taught me how to fish chatterbait live on live stream, I'm very appreciative of you people. It's very nice of you. Thanks for being patient. Yeah. Oh, hold on. That's a little too close to seaweed. One sec. Let's let it drop. So I'm just watching my stuff because I kind of left my fishing rods about 200 feet away. Well, maybe 150 feet away from me, and there's a guy just walked by. Give me a sec. No, I think it's fine. Rainbow squid fishing. That sounds awesome, man. I've seen some crazy fishing. I know that do they turn a different color when they pass away? Is that true for all squid? Because I've seen them, people catching them, and when they pass away, they turn a completely different color, which is wild for me to see. Hmm, let's see. Don't want to bore you guys to death. Let's go left. Give me a sec. I was just watching my stuff because there's people walking around after I told you guys I was the only guy here. All right, hold on. Let's let it drop and slowly reel it with the rod tip down. Hmm. I wonder if seaweed or not. Seaweed is the biggest enemy here. You know, I'm getting into a lot of it. Ugh. Yeah, I would love to do some squid fishing, but what I really want to catch this year is a tog. My dream fish is a sheep's head. We have a lot of them in Jersey. All right, let's try this. Someone gave me a great advice to avoid loops on my. Oh, the osprey's back. You guys know that from yesterday. I'll show them to you. You remember that bird that was catching all the fish yesterday? Hold on. Is that seaweed again? Hold on. It almost feels like a fish. No, it's seaweed. All right. Let's try it again. I I can't cast out to the front of me because I know there's no fish there. So I'm just doing these casts to the side. I'm dragging it along the seaweed line. All right, bye, Rainbow. Please don't spam the chat, but I appreciate you. Take it easy, buddy. Football dude. Football dude sounds like you like bass fishing. I mean, this thing swims great. I can see why it catches fish. It goes side to side. All right, 3 more casts with a chatterbait, and I'm gonna go back to some crappie fishing. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta try to catch a couple more before I have to go, because I have to leave soon. Pause. That's seaweed. Mackenzie, yeah, my pops is. I told him I was gonna get fish for him. He always asks me, he's like, "What are you doing between?" Because he knows I work at night, but then he's like, "Right now I can't work full time." So he's like, "What do you do between 12 and 2:30? I can never reach you on the phone." I was like, "I'm fishing." He's like, "Well, can you get me some fish?" Oh, there's the osprey. Hold on, let me show him to you. You see that bird right there? That's a fully grown osprey, and he's looking for a fish. Hold on. Yesterday, he dropped right in front of the chat and got himself a nice fish. I wish I could show him to you. But it's strange because he usually, when he's about to catch a fish, he starts circling. I'm going to see. If he starts circling next to me, I'll show him to you guys. But that's, that backpack company and all that outdoors company called Osprey? That's the bird that's on the backpack. Hello, what are you talking about, man? Hold on. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. We don't have that fish here, bragger. Oh, we got a big bass. Big bass on. Let's go. All right, man. How you doing? I got him. I got him. Woo! Yeah, boy. Not a humongous bass, but I'll take it. Our prayers have been answered. Come here, buddy. Yes. All right. I got him, kids. I got one. Hold on. Let me hit the GoPro. Thank you for teaching me how to use chatterbait. This is absolutely epic. I'm so happy. Z-Man chatterbait. Z-Man chatterbait. How you doing today? With a piece of senko worm at the end. Hold on. This is all we used. Z-Man chatterbait. Beautiful fish. That's what we got him on. Z-Man. With a piece of a senko. Let's let him go. What a beautiful fish. I'm not gonna keep him. I know Papa Orca is not gonna be happy to watch me release him, but it's a beautiful fish, and I'm gonna let him go because I'm so thankful to people in the chat teaching me how to use the Z-Man, and that's such a beautiful fish. It's perfect color. Look at him, chunky, nice, caught on live. Nice. Kelly, it might have been in pause. You might be right. All right, let's let him go. All right, that was awesome. I appreciate you guys. That was awesome. That was all chat, man. You guys taught me how to fish with the Z-Man chatterbait, and I'm not kidding you. I'll not be catching this fish today because I would not be fishing for one. That was epic. Oh man, that was cool. And he bit it. He bit it like five, maybe like it was probably 5 feet away from the shoreline. That was cool. I'm putting that into a short, and I'm gonna thank all the people that told me. I can't go by name, but I gotta thank everybody that showed me how to use the Zeman chatterbait today. We randomly tied a piece of worm on it, and it worked. That was cool. That was awesome. That was a nice sized bass. I'm not saying it was a giant, but to catch one on a live stream, that was cool. Maybe my dad's not going to get any crappie today because I'm back for another one. Bass fishing can be very addictive if you catch a fish. It's almost like gambling. All right. That was awesome. That was super cool. So two bass today on the Zeman chatterbait. I've caught bass like that on Gulf minnows, just to make it clear, but I definitely catch them faster on the Z-Man. That was cool. That was definitely a highlight of the day. All right, let's fish for 5 more minutes for bass, and I'll try my luck with crappie rod because I really want to catch a couple of crappie before I have to run home. Man, that was awesome. Thank you so much, guys. That was uh that was definitely all chat. Thanks. I appreciate it. Hold on. That might be another fish. It's not fighting me though. Give me a sec. What is that? Is that seaweed? Look at that thing coming up. There's a giant piece of seaweed. So, ah man, I'll take it. Man, that looks like all the hair I need right now. That was awesome. That was so cool, man. I'm happy to catch a nice bass. All right, I'm gonna try to toss this along the weed line again, but I'm gonna come bring it in a little fast just so I drop right around where the weeds are. I know that's a fish. That's probably more seaweed. Yeah, that's tomorrow out of a kayak. I'm gonna use the same lure, and we're not gonna be picking up all the seaweed. We'll be, I think it's gonna be a little better. Thanks for enjoying the journey. I appreciate it. Huh, strange. I'm having a, gonna let it drop to the bottom. Hmm. Maybe you can twitch it like a gulp minnow. Very hard with when you have regular fishing line on. Okay, now I slow reel it into the weeds. Oh man, was that a bass or was that seaweed? No, that's seaweed. Hmm. That seaweed did give me a nice tug. All right, here we got to go fast. Yeah, I'm already in seaweed. See, that's the problem. It would be good to use a weedless crankbait. I picked up so much seaweed. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Definitely got a lot of content today. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna say a couple more casts with a Z-Man bait, and then I'm gonna do some crappie fishing. Don't mean to bore you out of your mind. And thank you for the likes. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking the same thing, DCP. Wait, DCP, do you see me catch the bass? The Discord, it should be somewhere in my post. You can check it. If anything, you can maybe some demon can post it up. Just Rainbow Loom. I'm gonna ask you one thing real quick. Uh, you post a lot. You post like one word things. If you can minimize that to just like one post, it'd be better because it's a lot of stuff to read for me. I see the osprey right there. Oh, actually, he has a friend. There's two ospreys. Huh. But they're not really trying to catch fish right now because usually they come much closer. 67 likes, I know. Thanks. 6-7. Oh, you trying to do the 6-7 joke? Hold on, I'm in seaweed again. Okay, not in seaweed anymore. Hold on, there might be a bass there. You never know. Hold on. All right, last cast. Oh, pin it. Hold on. Pin. There you go. Okay, last cast with the chatterbait, and we'll go to do some quick crappie fishing for like 15 minutes, and then Grumpy Orca got to run, go grab his kids from the bus. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going in a kayak. Uh, as long as it's not going to be windy. If it's going to be windy, we're going to abort the mission. I mean, wait. Yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday, right? You guys got me thinking. Okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, you can just, what you can do is you can print screen the link. I want to cast one more time because I feel like I'm going to get a fish on last cast. Give me a sec. I know I'm like a bass fishing addict. Let's go back. There's a spot I want to cast. Uh, that's what bass fishing will do. Uh, Rainbow. So just what you do is, can you just print screen the screen and then copy the link on your in a picture, or because I can't do anything right now. I'm fishing. Let's just not blow up the chat about it. All right. So what I'll do is I have one more spot I want to do. Throw this bass lure in, and then we'll do some crappie fishing. And thanks for those sticking around to see it. Can we get 6-7 likes? I'm gonna print screen and show it to my little kid because he killed me with that joke already. That's all they say right now in kindergarten. I mean, in first grade. All right, there might be a bass there. Let's be quiet about it. Okay, that's a good cast. Let's let it drop. You're liked again. Thanks, Invisible Man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Now I can say 6'7". I will metal detect that path. You know what I have? I don't have a metal detector. You're not allowed to. Wait. Oh, I just dropped that on a tree. Hold on. This might be a. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to leave my rod here. While I was looking, I accidentally dropped that lure on a tree. Wouldn't be a grumpy workout shot without me doing that. Hold on. Give me a sec. It's somewhere here. It's gonna fall. Give me a sec. Yeah, so I don't think I can metal detect in the spark, but I can metal detect. Oh yeah, I see it. You guys see it? Boop. But I can definitely metal detect. I mean, I can use a magnet to go magnet fishing. Hold on one sec. Ouch. Jeez, man, it's pushing me. All right, hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'm in 3. All right, here's what we're gonna do for the best result. Give me a second. Victor Marin, hey, what's going on? All right, hold on. We're actually fishing our lure out of a tree. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut it and bring back the line. I think this is a good sign for me to stop bass fishing. All right, my trust to your Apollos. All right, let's go back. While I was looking at the chat, I accidentally cast it into a tree, but he's still here. This is what we caught 2 bass on today. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so Invisible Man. I can't metal detect here, but I can, and I don't have. I'm not looking to get into metal detecting right now. It's a pretty pricey hobby, but I know you have to spend at least like $1,000 on a good machine, and I really don't have the time for it. But what you can do here is you can magnet fish, and I can magnet fish one of these days. Thank you, Demon, for clearing that up. I appreciate you. Oh, you have a metal detector? Nice. Invisible Man, I'm going to subscribe to his channel. People at Leo getting wrenches. Listen, I just started live streaming. I started live streaming like a month ago. I didn't even know what live streaming was, so I'm learning as I go. Hold on, I'm trying to put this line back on. Give me a sec. Okay, good. Let me go grab my crappie rod. I want to try to catch a couple of crappie, but I don't have any high hopes for it. So you know what? I might actually. I can't. I'm not going to be buying a metal detecting machine, but I do know a lot of people that have a lot of property in Jersey. They're like, I drive them, and they have all these vacant properties sitting. And some of them are pretty old. And this park is actually right on the trail where Washington crossed here with the French troops, um, right around the Revolutionary War. So yeah, this valley actually served as Washington led his troops through this valley. But besides that, I know a few people that have. Oh, osprey, kadoosh! You saw that? You saw that? You see that osprey? He has a fish. He just went down right in front of us. Oh man, that was awesome. He's going to a tree and he's gonna eat it. Dude, so that's 2 times we saw an osprey in 2 streams. Just go down right in front of us. That was cool, man. I was so happy it happened right in front of us yesterday, and I had my camera pointed at him, and yeah, that was cool. I can watch ospreys hunt all day. When I go fishing at Sandy Hook, there's a bunch of ospreys nesting. All right, let's try to catch a couple of crappie for pops, and if I can't, I can't. I might keep them on. I might clean the fish I have today, and just keep them on ice, and maybe I'll catch them some tomorrow. But that was awesome. Uh, Victor, we'll find you, man. Okay. All right. I mean, our Discord doesn't stay that active. It's not super serious, but if you can join, it'd be nice. Show me the fish you catch. Julian FTC 7149. Right. So we're gonna fish for like I can probably fish for the next 10 minutes. If I grab a crappie, that'd be awesome. The chat kind of cleared out. I mean, the viewership cleared out. But Invisible Man, I appreciate your advice, and please stick around. I'll join your channel. I'll subscribe to your channel. Maybe do you have any metal detecting stuff on your channel? Metal detecting is really big in Europe right now because a lot of people are finding stuff from World War II and selling it because income there is pretty low, especially in countries like Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan, all those. So they look for artifacts in Belarus and they find them with hopes of selling them. There's a lot of metal detecting channels out of Ukraine. Okay, finding joy on this journey. Thanks for help hanging out with us. I appreciate you. Same to you. Well, Jacob Wright, you know what you should do? Install FishBrain on your phone. That's how I found a lot of spots that I fish. People post their catches on FishBrain. They don't always post where they caught it, but generally you'll find where people catch fish on FishBrain. It's basically like a social app for fishermen, and it blows up a lot of spots, unfortunately, but it's there. Like there's nothing we can do about it. So I recommend FishBrain if you are a novice fisherman to find spots to fish around you. It's basically the best way. That's actually how I found trout fishing spots around here because one kid just basically posts pictures of every trout he catches, and Mr. Grumpy Orca, he was like, "All right, I'm gonna go fishing there," and yeah, that was turned out to be one of my best fishing spots that I found. You got it, Jacob. Yeah, definitely try Fish Brain. It's just Fish Brain. That's it. That's how easy the app is to memorize. All right, not getting much luck. I have like 5 more minutes I can fish realistically. Let's cast it out there and let it drop. Yeah, Fish Brain is cool. It's not so. Anytime anybody complains in chat that I'm blowing up a spot or something, especially in Atlantic Ocean, which is hilarious. Like, I wonder what those people they never see FishBrain because FishBrain will literally show you all the fish caught in that spot for the past like 5 years and what people used and when they fished and everything. So like I think blowing up spots is kind of old unless like I have some spots I like that nobody goes to, but uh like I don't post those. I never post on FishBrain, but FishBrain kind of killed a lot of spots that were private to a lot of people. All right, let's do a couple more casts where I was catching that bass, and I'm gonna call it a day, guys. I'm gonna run to my car because baby orcas are coming off the bus soon. My chest pack rolled off here. Hold on, just gonna throw it here. Let's walk a little bit and cast for crappie. Couple of casts. and we'll call it a day. Hey, 70 likes. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. I don't think this stream is monetized at all, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. I think I monetized my other stream, but it really doesn't matter. And yeah, it was just nice of you to show me how to fish with Z-Man. Let's do a couple of casts here, and I'll call it a day. I hope I don't have to work tonight too much. You never know. I see all these planes landing, and all these at the Somerset Airport and Bedminster. I might have some jobs tonight. Never know. All right, let's try it. Let's see where the crappie is. Let it drop. Twitch it. Crappie biting wasn't very good today. It was decent. Caught 2 fish. That's seaweed. Yeah, Z-Men are pretty tough. Ryan, oh wait, were you there when I caught that bass? We did catch a big one, a relatively big one. I was over the moon about that one. Nice. Yeah, the second bass was good. Listen, Ronyo is like a legendary fisherman. He's just very humble. He can probably outfish everybody in the chat in one day. He just keeps it quiet. I'm onto him though. He's the Grandmaster of Florida. What's going on, Ghost Rider? Where are you from? Barcelona? Are you from Madrid? We're in Spain. Yeah, Ronyo is definitely a stealth fighter. He's one of those guys you definitely don't want to go fishing against. Anytime a guy can make his own lures and catch more fish in them than the store lures, I kind of keep it quiet around those people. Oh, fish. Okay. Oh no, come on, man. I don't know if that was a fish or a seaweed, but very interesting. Sorry, Ronnie. I know this is not how you fish for crappie where you from, but this is the only way I can catch crappie in Jersey right now. Oh, Kurt, trout magnets are some of my favorite lures. I actually use the trout magnet hook with Gulp minnows all the time. They work really well, but on certain days. I actually use crappie magnet. I don't know if you know crappie. Crappie magnets are a little bigger. They're basically like a trout magnet that's magnified 3 times. And I love those for bass and crappie too. My kid actually is very partial to those. Fluviatus. I don't know what that is. Double jig rig. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that in New Jersey. I gotta check the regs. I was actually, funny enough, I was talking to a park ranger before I started fishing today. He was so chill. I'm still trying to figure out if there's carp in this lake, and he doesn't know it either. But yeah, I got to be careful. We're using 2 hooks, even though absolutely nobody's gonna care here if I use 2, 3, or gazillion hooks. But I just want to keep it right, just in case. I don't want to. I don't want to lead by bad example for those people that are watching. Ghost Rider, we caught 3 bass today. Did we catch 2 or 3? No, we caught 3 bass, largemouth. We caught 2 crappie and we caught a 1 beautiful pumpkin seed bluegill. Okay, that's not a fish. And we watched an osprey eat a fish, and he's still circling again. All right, last cast for the day. Let's check it. All right, I believe in myself. Let's go. So yeah, Ghost Rider, we caught some fish today. Yeah, I have it on my GoPro. I'm gonna post a nice short today. If not today, then tomorrow for sure. I'm just gonna jig it off the bottom until I get a fish. Thanks for the likes and the conversations. All right, looks like let's let it drop. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be fun. Hopefully, it's not gonna be too windy. I'm gonna check the weather. You never know. If tomorrow's windy, yeah, we're not gonna have a good time. I'm bringing an anchor with me. We're just gonna anchor up and we'll try to catch a decent fish. All right, let me see. Should I do the last cast from here? No, when I fall. I was gonna take away that piece of paper, but I don't know what's in it, so I'm not touching it. All right, last cast for the day. Let's do it. I'm feeling it. Yeah, that's good, man. It's all right. Hold on. How you doing, Luis Redondo? Nice. All right, here comes the sun. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, but that largemouth bass was pretty awesome that we caught. And let it drop. Check it. How you doing, Marin? How you doing, Amir? Oh, come on. I'm trying to catch my last fish of the day. I feel like I'm getting hits. No, that's seaweed. All right, hold on. Last cast for sure. Let's do it that way. He did it that way. Let's let it drop. I'm good, Marin. How you doing, man? Where you from? No, I had something. Man, it's always that last cast that takes at least 5 casts, if you know what I mean. Don't want to leave the chat. Ah, nah. All right, it's all seaweed, boys. I'm sorry. All right, let's reel it up. Righty. Time to go get my children. Oh, you're from USA, Marion? I'm from Jersey, so we're we're the country brothers. Oh man. All right. Well, today was pretty productive. Let me show you the fish I caught for those that are new in the chat. I'm gonna show you the 2 fish that I kept. Everything else we released. The big one, it was like 1 kilogram, probably more, but let's not exaggerate. And I'm gonna get going. Where are they? It's a bit of a mess here. Hold on. We're kind of traveling, switching baits. Where is the fish? Oh, I see them. Here's the fish. The 2 crappie. That's the only ones we kept today. So tomorrow we got to catch more. All right, guys. I appreciate you fishing with me today. Today was awesome. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna I'm gonna see you tomorrow. We're gonna be in the kayak. All right. Have a good one. I appreciate all of you. Thanks again for showing up. You definitely make my fishing special.